Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another No Meat Monday. As indicated by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about why roaming millennial won't go vegan. So, the YouTube user Roaming Millennial recently did a video talking about her problem with vegans. She establishes in that video she doesn't actually have a problem with veganism itself necessarily, just some of the behaviors seen by members within the vegan community. And so this, might leave one's kind of scratching their head wondering, okay, well then why won't you go vegan, right? You already said you don't have a problem with it. And well, the reason that she gives is that she loves meat. Okay, so since it's totally relevant, it might not seem like it at first, but since it's totally relevant to do so, I want to kind of explain why it is I decided to adopt a vegan diet in the first place, and how that vegan diet eventually evolved into a lifestyle, and why I now do some semblance of animal rights activism here on YouTube. Because a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with gastroesophageal reflux disease, also known as GERD. And, the doctor gave me a list of different foods to avoid. At the end of this list, it says, this is not necessarily a complete list, do more research. The irony here is that, people often say, well, don't get medical advice online, talk to an actual doctor. In this situation, the actual doctor is telling me, do more research on the internet. Right. Now, to make a long story short, basically, some of this research indicated that it might be beneficial to GERD sufferers to adopt a strictly plant-based diet, no animal products, or in other words, a vegan diet. And so I decided to do an experiment. I decided to try out a vegan diet. Okay? This had nothing to do with animal rights. I didn't really care that much about the predicament of the animals. I was just thinking about my own health. So I went into this whole vegan thing with the attitude that, I'm just changing my diet. This isn't a major lifestyle change. I'm not going to appropriate the vegan label. I'm not going to worry about whether there's leather in the shoes that I buy or wool in the clothing, right? I'm just changing my diet, right? But I was watching a bunch of vegan videos while I was going through this transition because, I needed, to get some ideas on, like, how do I, if I'm swapping out this kind of food, what do I swap it out for, right? So I started learning about all sorts of great vegan alternatives to the animal products that people know and love. Turns out there's such a thing as vegan mock meats, okay? These are vegan foods. They're made out of plant products, but they're made to taste like animal meat. So there's such a thing as vegan chicken. It's not made out of actual dead chickens, but it does taste like actual dead chicken, right? There's all sorts of vegan burgers, and there's vegan fishless fillets, porkless bites, beefless tips. I recommend the beefless tips for anyone that likes steak, right? There's vegan bacon, vegan eggs, right? Yeah, there's all these great vegan alternatives to the animal products that people know and love. I want to clarify something here. If you try like a garden burger or a black bean burger, those ones don't taste like dead cow beef burgers, okay? But there are other vegan burgers that do, like Beyond Burger, for example, okay? But this is relevant because, of course, the reason that Roaming Millennial brings up for why she's not vegan is because she loves meat. Well, guess what? You don't have to give up meat if you're vegan. You give up animal meat, but you swap it out for plant-based meat, okay? And, there's all sorts of companies that are really doing a great job of coming up with plant-based meats that really taste like the animal products that they're intending to emulate, okay? Again, not all of them do such a great job, but a lot of them are great, okay? So you don't have to give up hamburgers and hot dogs and pizza and bacon and eggs and steak, right? You can continue to eat that stuff even as a vegan. It's just that it's made out of plant products instead of being made out of dead animals, okay? And it turns out that even leather and wool and fur, these have good plant-based alternatives too. Okay, so one day I'm like watching this video, that's just showing this like horrendous animal slaughter, just this horrible abuse being done on these animals who, the whole reason they're being bred into existence is to be enslaved, raped, tortured, and slaughtered. Their existence sucks. It's just awful, and so I'm just like watching this, and it occurs to me, this is totally unnecessary. We don't have to do this. There's all these great vegan alternatives that exist to the products that we're getting out of all this cruelty. And so I had this moment where I was just like, oh my God, this has to stop. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this. Just because I'd been like in this context of thought of, I don't care about the poor animals or whatever, right? I'm just doing this for my own health. But as I'm watching these videos, just like realizing all the horrible things that are being done to these animals, it just kind of like hits me. We don't need to do this. This is so fucking unnecessary. So it turns out that vegans actually have very good reason for being kind of preachy and wanting to convert people to a vegan diet or a vegan lifestyle. Not only are there at least contexts where it's better for your health, it's also better for the animals, but on top of that, it's better for the planet. Okay, animal agriculture is terrible for the environment. Okay, producing all those cows for their milk and their meat. Okay, those cows are literally dumping shitloads of methane into the atmosphere. Okay, this contributes to global warming. So we really do need to be focusing, this animal agriculture has to stop. We need to stop doing this. Okay, not just because of the animals, not just because of my health concerns. We have to do it for the planet. Okay, and the good news is that there are great vegan alternatives that exist that we can replace all that egg, meat, dairy, leather, fur, wool with. Okay? We don't need to rely on animals for any of that. So that's my approach to this whole vegan activism thing. I'm not going to tell you you're immoral for consuming animal products. I think morality is always arbitrary, subjective, make-believe nonsense. I think it's more practical just to point out that there's all these great alternatives that exist to the animal products that people know and love. It's really unnecessary for us to rely on animal agriculture. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.